Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM21 Builder Nation story from Bangor City with me, Daniel. It's part 98 today and we have got a big episode. We're back in the Europa League after disappointment last time out, and later on today we'll have our first group stage game away in Portugal. We'll be facing Maritimo in that one. And we've got another away game a bit closer to home beforehand. We face TNS, who in the recent seasons have been a big title rival for us. They're 2 points behind, they're getting a lot of draws already, and they've got a few players out unavailable. But they're still our closest competitors, and today we'll find out how they can get on against us. So if you're looking forward to that one and you are enjoying the series, please do chuck a thumbs up on the video. Actually, due to the way my day job's worked out, I've not recorded a video for a week now, so you're going to have to bear with me if I'm a little bit rusty. So hopefully that won't be too noticeable. But let's start by having a look at the end of the transfer window, because we obviously had that big Willy won't-he situation in the last episode with our former hero Greg Pringle. And I'm afraid to say, after the last couple of weeks off camera, he remains our former hero, Greg Pringle. He has rejected us to go to League One side Hull City. So 47 goals in 44 league appearances for us. Brilliant form in the Champions League, in the Europa League, and many other competitions too. But he has decided that his future lies at Hull. And I'm guessing it's financial, that one. So what that means, if we go and have a look at our transfer window, is that we've done a little bit of different work to normal. So firstly, we've pre-agreed a deal for a young fullback and centre-half from Tbilisi. Martin Pasiarek, I believe that is. 2.5-star ability already. Decent personality, fairly professional, and fairly good across the board defensively. I'm thinking he could be a start, so we'll wait and see if he comes in and does a good job for us. In terms of the transfer history though, a couple more bits of news coming into the club, and a few that have gone out as well. So first things first, don't get worried about that Tom Jones down there. It's not the Tom Jones. Tom Jones is the young 17-year-old striker who has gone to Airbus UK. Not got the greatest character, but great attributes. He's a proper poacher, and I'm sure he'll be alright for them. And then Jack Hankin did leave the club for Plymouth Argyle. 12,000 up front, a big future fee as well, or a sell-on, sorry, for 50%. So we'll see how he gets on playing in the EFL. Or he's going to be doing a good job for them, I'm sure. He's already played one game in the EFL Trophy, not had the greatest game there. But he'll be the backup fullback and he's doubled his wage. You've got to give it to him. It's a fair enough move. Two signings in note. The first is Joshua Pugh. He is a goalkeeper who's going to be our third choice. 1.5-star ability, 2-star potential. 25 years of age, a former under-19 international. He did start at Gillingham, he came through. But he played on loan at Concord and Slough and has also been at Birmingham recently, but never made an appearance in their first team. And now he's going to be playing for us very sporadically, I think it would be fair to say. But it's a very cheap wage. It's the third goalkeeper, which we've needed for some time. And he's got a great aerial reach. He's very tall. He'll do a job when we need it, I've no doubt. And then the second one is the big one. It's the new Greg Pringle. And he looks good so far, and he's delivered so far. 1 league start, 1 goal, 1 appearance in a cup, and 3 goals in that one. We've got Kane Walters, who should be a hero. Now, we mentioned last time out that we were a little bit worried because his current ability was only 3-star. But to me, natural fitness aside, and maybe a few of the outstanding technical attributes like the long shots, the passing, aren't quite there. But his composure's solid, his off-the-ball movement, his technique, his finishing, his first touch, and his pace, more importantly, are all electric. So I think he's going to be a star for us. I'm not going to read too much into his rating because they'll dip up and down as we go along. But if he doesn't become 3.5 or 4-star, I'll be very surprised. He has got a bit of potential. He's only 21 years of age and he's got a fairly determined personality. So I think that Kane Walters, despite what we're seeing from the assistants, from the coaches and from the scouts, is going to be a superstar for us. Hopefully, Greg Pringle will come back one day later. But for now, in Walters, we've got a very good replacement, I think. So a little bit of transfer news, which will of course keep us ticking over. Kane Walters has the distinction of being our new record signing at 1.2 million. And actually, our 1.9 million spent this summer has all gone to Derby on their 2 players, Matty Whitaker and Kane Walters. So we're funding them and whatever they're doing these days. One of our former head coach clubs in the other save, we're helping them out perhaps. And actually 2 of the other signings are from Tottenham, which is another one of those. So certainly a link between the 2 saves there. But let's go and get into the TNS game because Llandudno have had a decent start, although they've played a couple of games more. We saw the Europa League group stages last time. Maritimo really is the key game. We'd expect to lose to Leipzig. We'd expect to win against the Czech side. And Maritimo's that one that decides second or third if all goes to plan. We've got Clyde in the SPFL Trust Trophy. We're topped by 2 points from TNS in the league. But if they win this game today, they're back in the ascendancy. So let's go and see how we get on. Now, I was trying to get a slightly younger player on loan because at the moment we've only got 2 under-19s in the squad, which with Lacey isn't a huge problem. But for Williams, the younger striker, there isn't really a lot of quality there, and it's just sort of a wasted space on the bench at times. Now, I know he can compete at this level, but he's never going to be a star for us. So I would have liked to have had a stronger candidate there. And obviously Tom Jones has now reached 19, so he's no longer one of those that qualify, and the same goes to Quinn Morgan as well. But despite the heavy match load, I'm not too worried. A lot of those fixtures and the games that they played in for the heavy legs came at the start of the international break, so I'm hoping, despite playing today, a lot of them will actually go back down to medium before Thursday night's game in Portugal. So what that means is our 11 is as follows. We've got George Wickens in goal. Kai McDonald back up to best player at the club again. He's right back with Weaver on the left, and then Price and Whittaker at centre half. Lloyd, Malone, Broom and Jones make up the midfield central diamond. And then Williams and Walters up front. I'm hoping it will become a deadly duo again. But we've still got the likes of Duffy on the bench if we need them. And plenty more waiting in the wings. So that's the 11. TNS are the opponents. It should beat the toughest one on paper in the division. But are we going to be able to come out on top and really get in the ascendancy for this Welsh title race? Let's go and find out. Into the game we go. Well, here we go then. I wonder what tactic TNS will be going for today. They have got most of those quality players, but you can see with 3 or 4 injuries, they're not quite the same side. And I wonder if the fact that Kenny Jacobs is on the bench, that winger they got in January, means they're going a bit more defensive here. I wonder if it's going to be that 5-4-1. It's not, but it's a 4-1-4-1. It's still very defensive. No attacking wingers, no real pressing intensity. They're going to sit behind the ball and wait for us to break them down. As Malone gets the ball from the kickoff, it'd be great if we could do that straight away. As Price goes into Broom, back to Harvey Lloyd, and he switches left to Weaver. Broom picks it up again for Price. He goes to Whittaker. It's lovely possession football. It's a slick surface in the rain and we look good on it as Williams knocks down for Walters. McDonald overlapping on the right. It's a good tackle by Clifford. But he gets to the byline still. Delivers to Williams. Good header by Blackburn. Back to Malone. It's constant pressure early on here. Malone into Walters. He's there at the back post. But it's disallowed for offside. I thought he was continuing his incredible start for the club. But Kane Walters misses out there due to the offside flag. And it remains goalless with 5 minutes gone. Good early signs though, as Whittaker's got a free kick to Malone. Chips over to Williams. He's in one-on-one. Good save by Lufra. Very often a reliable keeper, and he makes a good save to tip that one over. It'll be an in-swinging corner though for Harvey Lloyd. There's plenty in the box, but it's headed away at the front post. Scott will get there first. We have still got to be wary of the counter-attack. We know they're a good side. But we forced him wide there and Price wins it back. Excellent work. Gives it to Williams. It's a brilliant strike. And just like that, from a punted clearance forward, Luke Williams makes it count. We said he was the one we were hoping we could make a permanent addition next summer. And the signs are looking good so far. It's a wonderful front two partnership we're building. And with these two, Greg Pringle might not get back in soon. As with just over 20 minutes on the clock, Ronan Lufra picks the ball up in goal for the hosts, goes long downfield to Scott on the right, and Weaver just got caught out a bit there. He has held him up on the run though, and he intercepts it for Tom Jones. The youngster surges over halfway, he finds Williams again, it's blocked back to Walters, and it's a wonderful save by Lufra. I've got to give him that, Tom Jones. He looks completely at home in this first 11 now. And his through ball there nearly created the second goal as it's into the back post from the corner. Williams loses out in the air to his namesake and Malone recycles it for McDonald. The highlight peters out. There's not really a huge amount of threat from us other than counter-attacks. But we look completely comfortable and we've got the lead. And that's all we can ask for. As Walters has it again on halfway. Good distribution from the keeper and it finds its way to Harvey Lloyd. Out to the right to McDonald. Over to George Jones on the right byline. He's drifted out of position here. He cuts it inside to Walters. Plays a 1-2 with him. Back to Malone. That is an incredibly well worked goal. Wonderful football from Bangor City. Players interchanging positions. You saw Jones go out to the right there. Malone covered his number 10 position. And Walters made the sensible choice rather than just going for glory. It's 2-0 at 10 to the break. It's been a really thoroughly professional performance. As Lufra chips it forward, Whittaker's there to intercept. Finds Broom, who goes wide to Weaver. It's been properly good, this performance. We've really been on the money. As Broom gets it wide to Weaver, into the box to Malone, and he heads just wide at a post. Good signs for Thursday night if we can produce this again. because TNS don't look like they can get near us, and after a few years of competing for the title, that seems to be dwindling again now. At half-time it is 2-0, we'll go and tell the lads we're very pleased with that. We ask them to prove a point and keep it up, and in the second half, it's whether we can get the score up. As Loughborough's got a goal kick for TNS, the host, gives it to Williams, the centre-half, long punt forward, but it only finds Weaver. And that's the problem with them only having the one up there. It just comes straight back at them. If they push those wingers up, they could keep our fullbacks back, but they're not trying. As Walters gets there on the left byline, delivers into the box. Blackburn heads as far as Malone on the edge. He gets to the right-hand side, McDonald backing him up, and then Malone is brought down. Antwi just dives in the winger. And it's going to be Luke Williams to take. He's the best penalty taker at the club. He's the first good one we've had in the whole save. Now let's see if he can live up to that by scoring from the spot. Williams up into the bottom corner. Excellent finish from the youngster. Oh, we need to get him in. If he'll join us at the end of his contract next summer, forget what the wage is. It'll be a great signing for this football club. 3-0, the strikers are on fire. And we're creating chances from absolutely everywhere. Brilliant performance so far. As we've got a corner kick on the left again. Lloyd with that in-swinging delivery. Luke Williams up at the back post. It could have been a hat-trick. It wasn't a million miles away. Just clipped the side netting on its way through. But it's been an utterly dominant display. So with 20 to go, let's go and get a couple of the kids on. We've got Lacey who can come on for Broom in midfield. We've got Gwyn Morgan who can come on for McDonald, who needs a rest ahead of Thursday. And then Walters has been the lesser of the front two. So let's bring young Williams on up front there. We'll switch Luke Williams to the advanced forward role. We'll have Jason Williams as the poacher. And in fact, Luke Williams as part of his loan deal needs to be a poacher. So let's not cause the problems we had with Ian Brooks last season. Let's just keep them in their current roles. Jason Williams will cope. The experience is still good for him. And I'm sure we've got the game wrapped up now as Weaver throws in from the left. 15 to go. Dorian heads away. Harvey Lloyd gets there first though. And he gives it to Weaver. 1-2 back to Price. On halfway, there's so much time in possession. Chips it forward to Jones, who's on there like a flash. It's a brilliant save from Loughborough. I'd argue from the highlights we've seen that Ronan Loughborough in a TNS goal has been man of the match. I really believe that. Harvey Lloyd delivers a corner again. It's up to the back post. And Blackburn heads clear. Malone will get there first, will he? No. Clifford, the left back, was playing up front for a minute there. Why are they leaving the left back up from corners? Clifford gets in. Malone with a dirty foul. That is so cynical. And he somehow seems to have escaped a yellow card. Incredible work from the Northern Irishman. As Harvey Lloyd chips in a free kick. 10 minutes left. Whittaker's there first. And Loughborough again with the acrobatics. It is genuinely stunning goalkeeping. I don't know how he's kept them down to 3. As Lloyd's got an outswinger this time. Will it be any better? It's not. Russ heads clear to Worrell. And it peters out. 2 shots on target the whole game for TNS. And for us, we're probably asking how it's only 3. They've gone 3-5-2 now, a little bit too late to impact the game, as Gwyn Morgan gives it away from the throw-in. Of course, he was here starting for them last season, and he nearly gets taken out there, as Jacobs gets the ball on the left-hand side, the substitute, to Blackburn. On a yellow card, nearly got sent off for that tackle, but escaped it. Malone intercepts it, though, and gives it to Lloyd. It's under hit, though. Dorian knocks it down. Russ gets in the box, and it hits the post. He'd beaten Wickens, but he could not beat the woodwork. Out for a throw on the left-hand side. TNS have one more chance to get a consolation, and goal difference could yet be important, as Jacobs has it on the left again, blocked behind for a corner kick, and surely after that we'll see the final whistle. Here it is, Clark takes it into the front post, Whittaker heads clear, Jason Williams will get there, the youngster. Can we get a fourth in these last few seconds? We can't. It's a tackle from his namesake, it's out for a throw-in, and it finishes 3-0 to Bangor City. It was comprehensive, it was professional, and it was highly efficient. A wonderful display, a good result. We'll be back in a moment for the tougher challenge of today's episode as we head to Portugal to face Maritimo in the Europa League. I'll see you in a moment. Off to Portugal we go. Maritimo in the Europa League. No fitness news, which is a good sign. However, Peter Holding, unfortunately, at Dundalk out for 5 to 6 weeks. So that Champions League group stage he helped them reach, he won't really be participating in. Bit of a shame, really. He was improving too. In terms of the Welsh transfer window very quickly, I just wanted to show you a couple of deals. Airbus have been very busy. They're not doing very well on the pitch, unfortunately. But as well as a lot of free agents, they also brought in a loan player from Cardiff. Now, he's a decent one, and I just thought it was a good thing that they were going for a big English side and getting them on loan. I know they're a Welsh club, but they're in the English League pyramid. The other one that stood out, as much as most of their transfer work has been disappointing, Barry Town United bought in Josh Thomas. Anybody remember him? Josh Thomas is our former striker who came in and was unbelievable for one qualifying game in Europe. And then unfortunately, he picked up that big injury. He was out for 6 months and he was never the same again. However, he is still one of the best players at this level outside of our football club. He's an important player. They're paying him a fairly big wage by their standards, considering they missed out on Europe this year. And he has scored a goal already. If they can get him 10 games and get him fit, I really think he can be a star for them. I honestly believe that. And I just hope he gets the chance to do so. Because if Barry Town United are at their best, they can get up into Europe and they can do well. So I'll wait and see what happens in that one. But for now, it's Maritimo in the Europa League. And as you can see, as we predicted, pretty much everyone has gone back to a medium match load. The only one that hasn't is Harvey Lloyd, because he was playing in, of course, the international competitions for the under-21s. Aside from that, though, the first 11 is fully fit. We've got Anderson, who's going to be replaced by Williams on the bench, and there's no sort of reward for having under-19s on there in this competition, and it's not enforced either. So we're going to bring on Archie Woods, and we'll also have Elliot Andrew. That will then be our 7 on the bench. He's a little bit stronger. I know Keegan Riley misses out, but McDonald's just too good. So he's the one we're going to go for today. No changes to the 11, no. We all know that very well. And we need it to become a superstar force. Away to Portugal we go. Let's see how we compete. Now, only 6 subs for the host today. I'm just seeing if there's any names that aren't familiar. Now, the only one I can recognise here is Nabrega, but I'm not sure if that's just because of the surname rather than who it is. In terms of our squad, though, we're as strong as we can be. I'm tempted to drop to a balanced mentality, but for now, I want to get on the front foot and see if we can do something special. We had a really easy group in the grand scheme of things last season, and this year it's going to be an awful lot harder. But with RB Leipzig, the front runners in the group, we need to do well here. As Joaquin throws it in from the right-hand side. Back to Quintal, is out to the wing. 2 minutes on the clock, and we could be in trouble already. Paver in, it's blocked down. Malone shot blocked. Oh, it's a free kick. I've got to go balanced. Already I'm nervous. They've had 2/3 of the possession. 2 great chances in 4 minutes. I can't hold out. On the road, we've just got to try and pick up points. And then at home, we can try and be attacking and scintillating. They've left that front three up. They've got 2 centre midfielders. And you've seen how high the wing-backs were flying very early on there. And touch wood, those changes we've made have really calmed it down. With half an hour gone now, it remains 0-0. And they're yet to have a shot on target. They've only added 1 shot in total to their count so far. And we've had 2 ourselves. Leipzig have taken the lead in their game. We expected that. But at half-time, it's 0-0. It's been a very calm day. And if we can get a 0-0 draw here, I think we accept that's a good result. Leipzig have got a second as their second half kicks off. And we've got possession as the same happens here. Can we have an early blow to them in the second period? As Broom comes over halfway. Goes up towards Luke Williams. He loses out in the air, but it falls for Kai McDonald. The superstar to the byline. Can he get the ball in the box? He does just that. But Broom loses out, and now it's been cleared to where McDonald would have been. Whittaker does the rounds, though. He gets across, and he wins the ball back. Really calm in possession as well. I've noticed that already. As Broom gives it to Jones, to McDonald. Into the penalty area he goes. It's got to be a penalty. Where's VAR there? It's switched across from the defender, but it goes straight to Yesden Weaver. He's got the chance to cross too. Back to Chris Broom. To Weaver again. Into the back post. Williams is there. Never really looked like going in. It wasn't that far wide in the end, but it was an okay opportunity. Didn't really look like being a goal though. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Still no shots on target for the host, but still 0-0 here. If we can nick an away goal, if we could get that 1-0 win, it'd be a brilliant start to the group stage. But with 20 minutes to go, I'm afraid there's no sign of it. Malone looks shattered despite being the best player on the pitch for us, so we'll get the experience of Daniel Williams on. Jones in the number 10 will be replaced by Elliot Andrew. And then Joe Duffy will come on for Walters, who's just had a bad day at the office. It's one of those days for him. But Joe Duffy's a quality player. We know he's very good. We know he can score goals for us. And he's done it at this level for many a year. He's had a bit of a false start this season because of injuries. We'll give him every opportunity. With 10 to go though, we're delighted with this. It's because our performance deserves a goal. Perhaps we'd be disappointed. But if we can go 90 minutes away in Portugal and not concede a shot on target, it'd be one hell of an effort. So in the stoppage time we go and Broom's got the ball to Price. Can we have that one more chance? And most importantly, can we avoid conceding? As Andrew picks it up to Williams. The experienced midfielder through to Luke Williams. That is a wonderful goal. We've waited 91 and a bit minutes for it, but Williams' experience off the bench, that's what we needed. We needed a player who could unlock the door, who could take a risk, and who was used to these occasions. So let's get to the tactics. We haven't been able to say this for a few episodes. Let's get the time wasting on. Fullbacks on defend. We do not want them leaving our half. We're going to have... I can't really do anything with the midfield four because none of them can play centre mid. However, what we can do is go to time wasting all the time. Disciplined. We're also going to slow it down. We're going to hold our shape when we win it back. And we're going to drop the defensive and lines of engagement and prevent it from going to the keeper. We'll press high in our own half, but we're not going to worry if they've got it at the back. 1-0 to Bangor City with 90 seconds to go. And that is the perfect away European performance. That's what we've been looking for. Yes, I'm a little worried about a couple of the performances, namely Kane Walters. But that was a stunning result, a brilliant performance. And if we can beat the Czech side, who we'd expect to beat, we should have second place wrapped up. Wonderful job, brilliant start. What an episode this has turned into after the disappointment last time. Let's have a look at the schedule for when we'll be back. So, as ourselves and RB Leipzig move on to 3 points apiece, let's see when we'll be back for the next episode. So what we're going to do, I know the Leipzig game in a couple of weeks' time is tempting, but what I'll do is I expect to lose that. We'll get through that, we'll get through the first game against the Czech side, and then we'll come back for Colwyn Bay and a return fixture against them. Where are Colwyn Bay in the league? They're actually bottom on 3 points, so scrap that. Who are we playing either side of the home leg? Kefin Druids and Llanelli Town. So they both look a little bit better. So what we'll do then, we'll play RB Leipzig, we'll get through Clyde in the SPFL Trust Trophy and this little bundle of league games, and then we'll be back for the last 2 games of October. Hopefully it will be in a dominant position in the league. We can start to focus on the cup competitions instead, and we'll have our 3rd Europa League match, because if we can win that one and get on 6 points out of 9, I'll be very happy. Anything against Leipzig, of course, is a bonus, though I doubt there will be much to come from it. So if you're looking forward to that one and you did enjoy this episode, please do chuck a thumbs up on it. You can see from the schedule, actually, since that Dundalk game in the last episode, we haven't conceded a goal. And yes, we haven't been quite as ruthless in front of goal as we occasionally have in the past. But as the strikers build a partnership, as the midfield starts to gel, I've got no doubt that will happen too. So if you want to find out if it does and see how we get on for the rest of the season and this big European campaign, subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for alerts every time a new video releases. You can catch up with lots of the key playlists up in the eye above, as well as the 3rd episode of our Scotland in the Euro series, which was out earlier today as well. And there's also a link to the food channel, that's in the eye above too. Regular videos coming there from next month. But a massive thank you for watching, your continued support as always. It really is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you next time for more big European action with Bangor City, as we look to continue flying the flag for Welsh football in Europe and trying to get closer to another Welsh Premier League title. I'll see you there.